It's Thursday morning. I'm in a traffic jam. Going to check a roof. So earlier this week, Tuesday, I had a haircut, and yesterday, Wednesday, I had the 3 children of my brother. I played over 6 hours, and so last night I found out more about Plato, Timaeus. That's a dialogue held after the perfect state. So we have a new government in Belgium, and so the perfect state, but then he adds Timaeus, and that's about the good. He calls it the good, and it's eternal. It's ether. It's what we call today space. So, and then, well, yeah, I can do so much with that, and it's just not just Plato. They had infinity because they had so many mathematicians, and they even they knew that the place we lived in the universe was a sphere. So not just a plate. They knew it was circular. They had seen the shadow of our place on the moon. Imagine that. You know, these are no aboriginals, you know, they think further. They had seen the shadow, and they observed, so they had the writing, in those first 1,000 years of writing, and maybe oral explications, but they knew every site on the earth, you see that shadow as a circle. And I don't know how it just, you know, from a physical point of view, but so they were sure it was a sphere, because otherwise the shadow would not always be that perfect circle. And of course, in mathematics, a circle, a sphere, it is infinite with that number p. But Plato, he really, and that most people don't realize. I now have 120 important persons in history, and what I do is I see, you know, their childhood, their life, what happened, what really happened, because what happened often explains why things they said. And so for Plato, I always see him as that young man who talked to Socrates, and Socrates was condemned to the death penalty by drinking some poisonous thing in 399 before Christ. So it's a horrible death. And so Plato then said, okay, there is a world of ideas, and those perfect eternal ideas, that perfection, that form, that should be the guidance of our thinking. So the good, because he also, I discovered that yesterday in Timaeus, he calls it the one, the good. Well, that should be the essence of our thinking. So of course that then you invent the truth, and do the good thing. So you invent science, you invent school, but in real life it's often more complicated. You can find 2 professors who know exactly what is good for the economy, and they claim the exact opposite thing to do. So, and in both cases it's good. So you cannot rely on that, in my opinion. But yeah, so that is really, yeah. So the good, and I feel that love for life. So when you see it on a more personal level, the good, the one, well, of Plato, Timaeus, could be love, empathic, love, empathy, love. Because if love is the measure of our thinking, yeah, imagine that. So your whole life is centered about loving somebody. Well, then where are you in the universe? Well, in love, in a higher sphere. You love somebody. So yeah, that's a good thing to do. And well, the important thing, of course, is that love is mutual. And so mutual love, it's about that you try to see the point of view from the other person. But I remember in Fiji, an old Pakistani man told me, because then I was in love, give all to love, but not yourself. So the one who you love should not be the one who destroys yourself. Yourself, your freedom, your being you, yourself, you cannot give that away to another person, to the one, to the good, to the loved one. So if the loved one cannot respect you, yeah, he doesn't love you, and it needs to be mutual to have any effect on earth. Otherwise it's imaginary love. So the one you love should care about you as a person. And well, with children it's very, very easy, when they care. So well, they ask candy, but not too much. Okay, the one. That's all. I can. Yeah, Plato. He wanted a fixed measure of our thinking. So they always say, oh, those Greeks, they invented democracy. I hear the president of the European Commission say that. But the reality is, with truth, they invented truth. They had problems with laws. Antigone, they struggled with that. Is it good? Because it's the truth, it's the law, but from a personal point of view, am I doing the right thing? The right thing. Yeah, good and the right thing. So, but with love, you can do wrong. With love, you give all to love, but not yourself.